Humans are not the main character. What if humanity isn't the hero of its own space opera? What if, after millions of years of evolutionary arrogance, the universe quietly decides we're optional? Today, we're talking about The Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky, a novel that won the Arthur C. Clarke Award and then proceeded to calmly demonstrate that spiders might deserve the future more than we do. Yes, spiders. Stay with me. The premise: when terraforming goes wrong. The setup is beautifully cruel. Humanity, in one last burst of techno-optimism, tries to terraform a distant planet and uplift monkeys into a new civilization. It's all very noble, we are the gardeners of the cosmos, except something goes wrong, very wrong. Instead of monkeys inheriting the world, something else does. Meanwhile, the remnants of humanity crawl through space in a failing ark ship full of political infighting, decaying systems, and people who peaked several centuries ago. So on one side, we have a species rising from primordial struggle to intelligence. On the other side, we have us. Guess which civilization looks more impressive over time? The spider civilization. 8 legs good. Let's talk about the spiders. This is where the book becomes extraordinary. Tchaikovsky doesn't treat them as monsters. He doesn't make them cute. He doesn't make them comic relief. He gives them history. We watch their society evolve across generations. Religions form, science emerges, political factions develop, gender dynamics shift, technological revolutions happen. There are spider Galileos, spider suffragettes, spider Cold Wars, and somehow, against all expectation, you end up emotionally invested in a species that would normally trigger the immediate application of a shoe. It's one of the smartest pieces of evolutionary world building I've ever read. The humans peaked in the past. Meanwhile, humanity is not exactly covering itself in glory. The ark ship storyline is claustrophobic and increasingly desperate. Systems fail, leadership collapses, factions form. Old grudges survive longer than useful infrastructure. The humans cling to identity, to memory, to the idea that they are still the rightful inheritors of the stars. The problem is that evolution doesn't care about entitlement, and this is where the novel becomes quietly brutal. We are not the inevitable endpoint of intelligence. We are just one experiment. Evolution without sentiment. What makes this novel so powerful is its refusal to sentimentalize anything. Evolution is not kind, it's not moral, it's not patriotic. It rewards adaptability. The spiders adapt. The humans struggle. There's something deeply unsettling about watching another civilization rise while ours stagnates in orbit like a once great empire arguing about procedure while the roof collapses. It feels uncomfortably contemporary. Religion, science, and accidental gods. The spiders develop religion around a misunderstood AI. They interpret technological artifacts as divine intervention. They mythologize what they don't understand. In other words, they behave exactly like humans. The novel plays beautifully with the idea that science and faith are survival tools before they are philosophical positions. Intelligence doesn't arrive fully formed and enlightened. It claws its way upwards, misinterpreting half of what it sees. Again, disturbingly relatable. Scale, the long view. This book unfolds across vast stretches of time. Civilizations rise and fall, individuals matter, then don't. Generations become footnotes. It has that Olaf Stapleton sense of evolutionary sweep. It has a touch of Arthur C. Clarke's cool cosmic perspective. You feel small reading it, in a good way. Well, in an existential way. Criticisms: not everyone has 8 legs. To be fair, some readers find the human characters thinner than the spiders, which is possibly the point. The pacing can feel uneven because of the long time jumps, and the emotional scale creates distance. This is not a warm, intimate character study. It's a civilizational autopsy. But for me, the ambition more than compensates. The central question: who deserves the future? This is the real heart of the novel. Not can humanity survive, but should it? If another species becomes more cooperative, more adaptable, and more capable of building a stable civilization, why should the universe privilege us? We assume we are special. The book quietly suggests we are simply first draft intelligence, and maybe not the final one. Final verdict: a modern classic. Children of Time is one of the most impressive science fiction novels of the last decade. It takes the idea of uplift and evolution and stretches it across millennia without losing narrative momentum. It makes spiders sympathetic. That alone deserves some kind of literary medal. But more than that, it forces you to confront the uncomfortable possibility that humanity is not the climax of the story. We might just be the prologue. And somewhere, 8 small eyes are watching. We spent centuries looking for aliens that looked like us, only to realize the real inheritors of the earth were the ones we were stepping on the whole time.